from the warehouse to the FBA Amazon's warehouse? How does the journey look like?
For a lot of clients, you can say get it arranged by third parties.
There are a lot of policy changes happening in terms of the government side as well as on the Amazon side. So how do you stay up to date?
Because it's very important to stay updated with the Amazon policy.
How do you manage that inventory planning to send the stock to?
We are doing same in US and Europe as well to facilitate the clients.
So what will be your advice to the sellers in order to plan the shipments?
Ecom Squeezed podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Ecom Squeezed. I'm your host, Sebastian, founder of Retail-Outsource. And today our guest is an expert in Amazon logistics. Joining us today is Awab Elahi, founder of Eleevate Logistics. And he is an expert in the Amazon FBA, mainly from China to the US, from understanding customs and to getting your product delivered faster than you can think. Whether you are a seller shipping from China or figuring out your 3PL game in the United States, then this is the episode for you. Welcome to the show, Awab.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to join you here.
Great. So let's start with some basic about your background, how you started the agency and all those good stuff.
Firstly, thanks for this opportunity to join you here. So I will just start with my educational career. So actually, by education, I am a chemical engineer, and then later on, I just you can say switched my profession and got into the supply chain and e-commerce mainly. So in 2019, when I graduated, you can say e-commerce and this supply chain was on you can say on a boom. So everybody was jumping on it. So I just you can say with bunch of my friends, I just entered into the e-commerce, into mainly Amazon selling. So along with that, you can say I found a lot of interest in supply chain and this logistics industry. So I just dig deep into it, and in 2020, I started my company Eleevate Logistics, where we are shipping from China to across 150 plus destination across the world. And mainly we are serving e-commerce sellers, and we are mainly our expertise lies in shipping directly to Amazon FBA. And we have been, you can say later on, we have also added Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand in our origin countries. So now we are shipping from these 4 or 5 countries to across the world. And that's what we are doing at Eleevate Logistics right now.
That's a very good background, Awad. So my first question, it's about the trade war against the US and the China. A lot of sellers are affected by this. So what will be your advice to them?
So actually, there's a lot going on, you can say, between US and China right from the start of this month, April. So I have been receiving a lot of, you can say, inquiries. A lot of, you can say, sellers are in panic that what to do now and how to do. So I have just been advising all the, you can say, people importing from China to US that we just have to stay calm right now. We just have to see how you can say things are settling down, because previously you can say US were very strict on imposing the tariffs, but you can say recently we have heard news, the press conference of Mr. you can say Donald Trump. He has just announced that they will be slightly, you can say, decreasing these tariffs. So there will be a lot going on in April, and we are expecting a lot of disruptions in first half of May as well. But I would just like to, you can say, advise people to stay calm and see how the things, you can say, settle down. And just, you can say, there is no need to panic, and you can say just to switch their suppliers right now. Just stay calm, and just, you can say keep their, you can say, SKUs stocked well in US, because a lot of people now, a lot of shipping lines now are suspending their operations. So there will be, you can say, uh, uh, what I can call, there will be, you can say, a lot of people will go out of stock, and so you will have the opportunity to sell the goods at, you can say, at decent.
That's great advice, Awad. So you mentioned about the origin countries, right? You support a few countries from the Asia side. So what will be the scenario if they want to ship from the Europe to the US? In that case, what will be your advice on that?
So actually, if you just want my advice on that, actually, what we have been seeing and what we are discussing with the, you can say, a lot of clients right now, if anybody, you can say, just want to switch their suppliers to Europe from China or any Asian country, that will be a lot difficult, a lot expensive. you can say, but you can get in a very cheaper price in Asia. It will be a lot, you can say, expensive to get from Europe right now. So right now, if someone is already already shipping from Europe right now, so there are a lot of products that you cannot get in Asia, in China, or any other countries right now. So if you are into such categories, then it's good to go with the Europe. But if you are, you can say, into generic categories which you can get in China or any other Asian countries, it's you can say good to look around and see where you can get the better things.
I want to pick your brain on the shipping journey. For example, from the warehouse to the FBA Amazon's warehouse. How does the journey look like?
Okay. So actually, let's talk about China. If someone, you can say, just ask us to just close the deal with us and ask us to manage shipping for them, firstly, there will be, you can say, the first part will be to getting the inventory from their supplier's warehouse to our warehouse. We have multiple warehouses in China, in Shenzhen, in Yiwu, and in Shanghai as well. So first part is that. After that, we will have to, you can say, because we are working for a long time, so we have regular containers going on from China. So we have regular spaces every week as per our forecasting. So we will just, you can say, load the inventory in, you can say, the earliest space available. So I would just like to add a thing here that a lot of people have been asking us that if my inventory is picked up, let's say on Monday, why it hasn't sailed on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I just want to clarify that it takes time to get the inventory from their supplier warehouse to our warehouse and then load it into the container. And then there is a standard wait time of around 4 days from loading till sailing. So it takes, you can say, a little time here. And then after sailing, it just, you can say, we have to, before when we load the containers in China, we have to, you can say, get the customs clearance done and all the documentation, you can say, got done right. And then as soon as the vessel sails, you can say it takes, you can say, a standard time, as you can say, as suggested by the shipping line we use. Because in US we have multiple shipping timelines available, but in UK right now we have a standard shipping line because of, you can say, the crisis going on in the, you can say, in Suez Canal about the Yemenis and Houthis. So after that, whenever it reaches to the destination port, let's say UK, then it gets unloaded and we get the custom clearance done, and then we take it to our warehouse usually in UK. But if you can say, if we are shipping directly the whole container to one FBA, then we will directly pick it from the port, get the custom clearance done, and get it shipped to the destination right away. But if there are multiple destinations for a single container, small inventories, LCL inventories, then we will just get it down to our warehouse and, you can say, segregate it and then deliver to the destination. And
Okay.
that's
So you mentioned, yeah, go ahead, please. Sorry.
no, no. I was just saying that if there is anything specific you want to know or you want your audience to know, you can ask me.
Yeah, sure. So you mentioned about the full, the timeline. So I want to start with from the factory. So they have to send the stock to your warehouse, right? And I assume that is there any quality check or anything that you offer to the customers?
Okay, so actually we offer, you can say, a complimentary service to our clients. That's pre-shipment inspection. So
Okay.
for a lot of clients, you can say, get it arranged by third parties. But if clients want to get it arranged by us, we have our dedicated team for this in China as well. So we can just arrange a pre-shipment inspection for their inventory in their supplier's factory or supplier's warehouse, and we just give them the report according to the AQL standards, as you can say, as decided with the client or as decided with the between the client and the supplier. So we just give them the report the next day after the inspection. And as soon as, you can say, they give us a green signal, we just get the inventory picked.
And in terms of payment to the factory, from my understanding, some of the agents will hold the money. It will not pass it on to the factory, right? They will also act as an agent between you and the factory for the payment. So they will only release the payment once the goods landed in the destination country. So do you offer anything like that?
Yes, we do offer terms like that, and but very, you can say, I have experienced it a very less time because very few clients have been doing this. Most of the times, you can say, the clients are they are most of the time e-commerce clients. They are on the terms like if the inspection gets cleared, they will just, you can say, release the payments for the suppliers. But we have a few of our regular clients. We have been into these terms with them. We just, you can say get the payments cleared whenever the inventory lands on the destination port. So that's we can do that.
Yeah, and there are a lot of terms going on, like FOB, EXW, DDP. So can you break it down and tell us, for the viewers, what it means and how it works?
Yes. So actually, most of the time, two main terms are discussed with the suppliers, EXW terms and FOB terms. There are a lot of terms people are working on that, but I am just talking about most used terms by the e-commerce sellers. So mainly, most of the time, the people are either on the EXW terms, which means X factory or X work price. So the supplier, the duty of supplier is just to make the goods ready as per the standards, and you can say and made them ready for the pickup in their factory or warehouse. Okay, and the factory, the supplier is not liable to ship it anywhere within the origin country or anywhere else. And if we talk about FOB, in FOB terms, mainly if for the FCL full container loads, it is mostly you can say it is some decided port where the supplier has to hand over the inventory. Like if someone has the terms FOB Shanghai, the supplier will be responsible to and will incur all the charges to get the inventory ready, get it, you can say packed, get it loaded into the container, and you can say hand over to the freight forwarder at Shanghai port. So that's how FOB term works. But if you are doing some LCL inventory, then the inventory will never go to the port directly from the supplier warehouse. So it will, you can say, it will go to a freight forwarder warehouse or any consolidation warehouse within the origin country. So in LCL, in the case of LCL, the FOB terms are not for the port, but for some specific address or some specific warehouse. And if we come to the, you can say the shipping terms mainly used, there are widely two shipping terms are used, DDP and DDU. And DDP mean delivery duty paid. It means that all the price quoted to you by the freight forwarder, by the logistics company, will cover all the, you can say, charges included, covering from the origin till the destination. It includes all the duties, all the customs, all the tariffs, and all you can say local transportation as well. But if you come to a DDU, means delivery duty unpaid, so it doesn't cover the duties, custom duties, and VAT payments actually. It covers all the other aspects you can say included in the DDP, but it just doesn't cover the duties and you can say the taxation cost in the destination country. So most of the people in Europe and UK, they are just you can say sending on the DDU terms mainly. There are a lot of people who are you can say in US, they are mostly doing the DDP terms with us.
Oh, that's a great explanation, Hub. My next question will be, there are a lot of policy changes happening in terms of the government side as well as on the Amazon side. A lot of things changes, right, on FBA side. So how do you, stay up to date, for example?
Okay, so yes, a lot of changes have been happening with the FBA and shipping things. You can say in last one or you can say 1 or 2 years, a lot of changes have been introduced by the Amazon itself as well, and you can say the supply chain was disrupted a lot as well because of different issues, because of this Suez Canal issue, because of this Panama Canal issue. So there are a lot of issues going on. So actually, to stay updated with these issues, we have our R&D team here in our office. So we have been, you can say, doing a lot of content as well regularly to keep our clients and to keep our viewers updated. And along with that, we have started a newsletter as well. So our R&D team just, you can say, keep working all the week around to just stay updated with the things and keep our viewers updated with that as well, because it's very important to stay updated with the Amazon policy, especially because as we are saying that we are, you can say, we are equipped and we have expertise in Amazon FBA shipping, so we have to stay updated with the Amazon policies to, you can say, the provide best services to our clients.
That's a very good explanation. Thank you. With Amazon, I also want to ask you, there are a lot of storage limits and aged inventory. So, to plan the FBA shipment to Amazon, you need to do it exactly, right? There should not be any mistake. So how do you manage that inventory planning to send the stock to?
So actually, most of the time, our clients, you can say they have been, you can say, planning the inventories themselves. But there are a certain percentage of clients, that takes help from us to plan their inventories. So we have been using different tools to manage the inventory and for the forecasting as well. But if you come to the, you can say, the storage part and the storage limit side, so we have been, you can say, facilitating our customers by providing them affordable, you can say, storages in China as well. So after you can say that after the introduction of that FBA storage limits, you can say that inventory placement options. Amazon has been limiting the Amazon sellers a lot to send their inventories. So we have been helping our customers to store the inventories in China with us. You can say so they can afford the prices because in US the prices are so high, or in Europe the prices are high to store the inventories. And we are doing same in US and Europe as well to facilitate the clients.
It's a very good thing. And in terms of cost saving, cost is a big thing, right, for Amazon sellers, the shipping cost. So, what are the tips in order to save on the shipping cost?
So actually, firstly, I would just like to, you can say, there are two main things involved in the shipping from mainly from China and the Asian countries. The one is cost and the other one is reliability. So you can say you have to be very careful while selecting your freight forwarders because a lot of people have been offering, you can say, very unbelievable low prices from China and from the Asian countries. But you have to, you can say, verify them, you have to vet them, and then you have to, you can say, choose your, you can say, the your vendors. So to reduce the price, there is first thing that you must be, you can say, connected directly with the logistics company, which are, you can say, directly shipping their own containers from China or any other country, because it will, like, if you are buying anything from third party instead of the manufacturer itself, then it will definitely cost you a little higher. So same goes in the shipping as well, because there are a lot of, you can say, agents in the markets, or you can say a lot of, you can say, just agencies that they are just not, you can say, directly booking containers with the shipping lines, and they are just, you can say, providing services with the help of others. So it might cost you a little higher to, you can say, ship with those people. So if you want to save the cost, so firstly you have to you find out the companies like Eleevate Logistics, where you can say where which companies are directly booking their containers with the shipping lines, so they can offer you better rates. And along with that, you have to, you can say, you might choose the option to consolidate the shipments a little, because if you can hold your shipments and if you can plan your shipments properly, you can consolidate the shipments. And as soon as, you can say, the weight or the volume, the quantity overall increases for the shipping, the rate goes down for that. Because if I can just give you a quick example, because if you are just shipping to any address, 3PL address in US, so if we are just using C shipping and then UPS at the back end, the cost will be a lot higher. But if we have enough inventory, 3 or 4 CBM inventory, then it will cost a very cheaper to ship through truck within US. So it can the bigger the shipments, the lower will be the cost. So this the consolidation part can save you a lot of costs.
That's a very good point, Wad. And I want to ask you, for example, I'm a seller. My stock run out, and the next shipment is on the way somewhere in between, and it's going to take another like 30 days, let's say. In that case, what will be your suggestion? Like, should we get air freight? Let's say we have enough margin to get it, or is there any other express courier service that we can do in that scenario?
So that's a very pretty good question, because we have been educating our clients a lot in from previous last 2 years about that, because we have a lot of express options in the on the US side actually, because there are
Okay.
multiple shipping lines operating from China to US, and from, you can say, other Asian countries to US. So there are a lot of express options like the Medicine shipping company, just, you can say, deliver from China to US within 15 days or 16 days to the West Coast. For the any Amazon FBA warehouse or any 3PL address on the West Coast, you can just get your inventory delivered within 15 days by sea after sailing. So that's a pretty fast speed. If you use the air, you can say, shipment, it also takes almost, I think, 8 to 12 days. So in such cases, we just educate our clients and just discuss with them how many days actually they have. So if they have enough days, so there are express options on the US sides. But in UK, you can say, after you can say that the closure of Suez Canal, there are not much options through sea to ship in the faster manner. But if you can go with the by road or by train, then these options are a little faster, because by sea, if you are shipping from China to UK, it's taking these days around 50 to 60 days. But if you switch to train and truck, you can just get your inventories delivered between 30 to 35 days. So you can say it cuts the you can say delivery time to half in the UK for this for UK as well. So there
So
are
that's very
options.
good.
So you just have to keep asking your you can say your service providers about that. Service providers are not offering extra services. You can just, you can say, ask, inquire to other companies in your communities or way around, so you can just get to know how many options you have for that.
Yeah. And well, my next question will be, a lot of, for example, if you order something from Amazon, right? The moment that we place, we can see what's happening. It's been packed, it's been sent. You can see each details until it's been delivered. So for this shipments, one of the concerns for the seller, they want to see it. So what are the website that you recommend in order for them to see, the container? Let's assume it's a sea shipping. They can track the parcel, the container. So is there any website that you can mention that you normally use?
Yes. So actually, most of the time for our own customers, we have integrated that system in our own website, so they can just track their any inventory within our website. But if you are talking about a third-party website, there are some websites like vesselfinder.com. Here you can track any vessel, any ship if you just have the name or the IMO number. So you can track that position very accurately here. And similarly for the container, there is a website containerlook.com, .co or .com. I just don't remember the exact extension for that. But you can just go into that website and you can just track your containers. And there are a lot of, you can say, third-party services on the Google for that. So you don't have to be worried about that, where I can track my inventory. So the main point is just to get that tracking from your service provider actually, because a lot of you can say service providers, when you are shipping in LCL, they are not providing you the right trackings to track that. So when you are shipping the full containers, yes, you can say almost every service provider will be giving you the right, you can say, trackings for that. But for the LCL, it's a major concern. So you just have to keep asking your service provider for the exact trackings. And if they are using certain websites or they have something integrated within their system, they can just let you know for that.
There are a lot of horror stories, when you are shipping a container, a lot of things that can go wrong. So what are the main things that you have seen? You have doing it for a while now, so that sellers can avoid basically.
So actually, you just you can say firstly, I will just take your first part. You just talked about the horror stories. So a story of my client recently, they have faced this in the third quarter of last year. So it just came to mind into my mind. So actually, our client, they just shipped a container from China and they just shipped it to some 3PL in California actually. So actually, they just you can say their container was delivered over there and you can say it just got emptied. You can say they just unloaded the half of the container and they just closed it because the, you can say, the working hours, you can say, just closed. So they just decided to get it done early in the morning, and they just didn't have actually the actual SOPs to take the container out. So the next day our driver came in and they just, you can say, took the container and just delivered it to the port. So after you can say a few hours, when they just, you can say, when they were just finding where the container is, they just saw the CCTV video and they just got to know that some driver has took it away. So you can say they were helpless on that because they didn't have proper SOPs for taking the container in and taking the container out. So you can say it was a complete disaster. That container was actually loaded into the ship and it was sent back again to the China. I am amazed how it was. You can say it was not weighed at the origin port or what was the reason, but amazingly surprised, it just came back to China. Don't know how. So we don't know how it came back, but it was just back in China when the client was just tracking that container. So actually, they just had to, you can say, pay a lot of fee again to get their container back in the US. So they were just, you can say, they were just trying some Chinese freight forwarders. So they just, you can say, took a lot of money from them. If I remember, they were just asking around 50,000 US dollar from them to get that container back. We just, you can say, they just brought us in and we just negotiated with them. So that was a horror story, and it was, you can say, surprising for me. And if you talk about, you can say, how you can avoid the things, though. So the first thing I would just like to mention, because a lot of people in industry, they're just offering pretty, you can say, crazy low prices. Like right now, because of the tariffs, the prices are pretty high. So some of the clients just came to me and he just showed me some screenshots from the email that someone has quoted them exactly the same price that was, you can say, that they were giving before the implementation of these tariffs. So I was amazed on that. So actually, people are sometimes just giving you pretty low prices, and you can say just trying to grab the inventories firstly. So a lot of people come to us, they say to us that a lot of different people, different service providers, different freight forwarders have picked their inventories and now they are asking for some extra money. So we are just trying to verify with you and other people if they are asking for it, you can say it's a genuine fee or they are just, you can say, so you have to be careful while you can say choosing your service provider. So you can say you have to be aware of, and you just need to get check their social presence, their web presence, and actually you can say you can ask them with who, with which people they are already working. So you can say just get to know about them from the market, and later on just don't fall for the crazy low prices. And the
Yeah.
third one is that you just have to be vigilant and ask to the, you can say, your service provider about the trackings you need. So firstly, you have to be, you must have the knowledge for that. And if you, if like if you are just going to someone and you know nothing about that, they will, you can say there are a lot more chances they will try to scam you or get out most from you. So you have to be careful on that. You have to get a little bit, you can say, a knowledge about what you are going to do and how the process actually works. So this way you can be saved from these scams.
Yeah, that's a very good answer. About my next question, this is kind of a follow up. I had some issues as well. When I bought the container to UK, it was stopped by customs, and they just hold the container for like more than 2 weeks. So it was just sitting there waiting to be checked. The problem with that, they add the storage fees, and it came to more than the shipping cost actually. So it was like an extra fees on top of it, right? So let's assume that this happened to one of your clients. So what's your kind of contingency plan, or if you have a playbook in that scenario, how do you play it?
Okay, so actually, firstly, there are, I can say, multiple types of inspections going on by the customs. So if it's a random inspection going on, then you cannot, you can say, of the customs, you can say inspection, whatever they're doing actually. So if you can say, what you can do to avoid any inspection is that you can just plan your documents, just prepare your documents, you can say, very fairly, and you can say just provide them the complete list of items loaded, the complete, you can say, what we call it, just give them the, you can say, actual pricing, actual invoices, declare the documents very fairly. So if you are doing that, there are less chances of your containers to be inspected by the customs. Like a lot of people I was seeing these days, when the tariffs implemented, they were just suggesting on the internet that you should just go and just declare your, you can say, the container value at very low prices. This way you can just avoid the tariffs, a lot of tariffs. But if you do such things in the customs, there are a lot more chances you are putting your inventories, your containers at risk, and there are a lot more chances that customs will get your, you can say, items side down for the inspection, and they will just, you can say, put them like you faced it, and they will just be, you can say, just getting it cleared for a long time. But if you are doing all the things properly, there are still chances that they, you can say, just you can say just plan a random inspection for your container. So for that, you must have a very good customs agent in the destination country. So you have to be, you can say, communicate very properly with the customs for that. Sometimes they don't listen, but if your custom agent is working for a long time in the country, they have good contacts, so it might, you can say, save you a lot of hassle.
And the HS code, I assume it's called HS code, right? For the US, for each category, you need to have a code. So how, for example, if one of your clients is sending from China to the US, how do you allocate the code? Do you use any in-house system that you use, or do you use any third party to find the right custom code?
Okay, so actually we are mainly using the information. So let me just talk about the HS code. So actually, you can say it's lot a sort of harmonized system. So with this HS code, every, you can say, inventory, every product is identified actually, what it is made up of and how many custom duties it will be paying in the destination country. So for the HS code, code, we just mostly use the information from the supplier. We just get details about the materials and what the product is. And then we have our in-house team that works with the US customs side, and we just get the things cross-verified. And the US customs itself has their own website to verify the HS codes. So we use that too, and we also use some in-house softwares for that. So we just you can say just get things verified and declare them properly in the custom documents. So that's a very important thing. That's a very direct thing you raised. So you have to be like when I was talking about, you have to declare the things fairly. These things, this HS code plays an important role, because if you are not, you can say, declaring your inventory on the right code, it might cause a lot of trouble for that. And you have to be very careful. So you cannot just select any random, you can say, HS code to you can say avoid the customs or tariffs. So you have to be very vigilant about that. A few days back, I was just talking with a client. They were just, you can say, sending the, you can say, that travel bags, that trolley bags to the US, and he was just sending me another you can say HS code which had a less you can say less tariffs, less custom duties. So he was just asking me to use this code because it was a little similar thing, but the whole description was different. He was saying that this HS code is also for bags, so you can just declare my whole container with this thing and get me saved a lot of, you can say. But I was telling him that if we use this wrong HS code and our inventory got caught in the customs, it will be really difficult for us to, you can say, get it sorted easily. And you might have to, you can say, pay twice or thrice of the amount you will be actually paying. So you have to be very careful about that. So that's a very HS code is a very important point.
That's some great advice, Awab, that you put forward. And I want to pick your brain on now with the Amazon partner carriers, right? They have that Amazon partner carrier versus like independent freight forwarders or solutions that you have. What are the pros and cons for each one of them?
So actually, for the Amazon partner carriers, if we talk about the pro side, you just don't have to, you can say, go on the different platforms and communicate with different people. So you will be mostly be on the Amazon platform and not be, you can say, going anywhere else. But on the, you can say, if we talk about the con side, there are no, you can say, dedicated representatives for that on the, you can say, from the Amazon side or from the carrier partner side. So you just have to, you will just, you can say, you will just have to, you can say, talk to the Amazon customer support if you need to know anything about your inventory. You can say that you will not have real-time tracking for that actually. So you will just not have any real representative to talk about that. So you will be just, you can say, talking with the bots or with the customer support. So that's the, you can say, main con with the Amazon partnered carrier right now.
And
I would just like to interrupt you.
on the
Can you
other
just
side
give me
also,
a no, I would just like to say you, can you just give me a quick minute? I just want to grab my charger. We can just cut that part from the
just pause it. My next question about will be, a lot of sellers want to make sure that they use green, like carbon neutral shipping, right? What are the options available for those kind of sellers to bring stock from China to us, let's say? Is there any option, first of all?
Yes, there are a lot of options now coming into the market within the last 2 years. So a lot of shipping lines now they are just moving towards the environment friendly and the carbon free, you can say, the fuels right now. Now there is a new shipping line introduced. I don't exactly remember the name, but the shipping line just introduced their first, you can say, carbon neutral vessel. So it just omits 80% less, you can say the carbon than the regular ships actually. So they are just you can say using some other kind of fuels. So there are a lot of options now coming into the market if you are talking about China to US specifically with the environment friendly.
Great. And what about the price and the shipping, length? How long is that the same or?
So actually, they are just trying to achieve the same delivery timelines, because if they
Okay.
don't achieve the similar delivery timelines, they will surely, you can say, stay a lot and say they will stay a lot behind in the market. So they are just trying to achieve the similar timelines now. and the price will be also be similar. There will not be a lot of difference.
I want to ask you about, if you can explain to the viewers what is a bill of lading.
So actually, if we just talk about the bill of lading, you can say a general bill of lading has all the information about your inventory, about the, you can say, list of items, about the, you can say, the number of cartons, about the weight, and about if you have the pallets, it will also contain about the number of pallets as well. It will also have the information from about the sender and about the receiver as well. So it has, you can say, the bill of lading is a document containing complete information about your shipment actually. And I would just like to add, this bill of lading is later on used as the proof of delivery as well. So if we are just talking about, if we are just shipping any inventory from one place to another within US, the first one, the you can say the sender will have hand over the bill of lading to the driver. They will just verify the items and all the other things as well. And later on, when the drivers just deliver the goods to the receiver, they will just sign that document that we have received, and it will same document will be used as the proof of delivery as well. So these two are the similar documents, just the purpose, you can say it's a little different.
Yeah, great. And this is my last question. The Q4 is coming, right? You have to start planning now, and a lot of things are changing with the tariffs and stuff like that. So, what will be your advice to the sellers in order to plan the shipments? Should we, start ordering now, or is there anything you have to wait, or what will be your advice to sellers?
So actually, if you are planning to ship bigger orders in obviously for the Q4, so you just have to start planning now and just have to, you can say, inquire with your suppliers right now and talk about the, you can say, the orders you are planning to place actually. Because right now, I would just like to give a quick example. We were just one friend of mine, one client of mine, he was just placing an order, you can say, with a company in China. So they are just planning a lot bigger orders, maybe 5 to 10 times bigger than their usual orders. But when they discussed with their supplier, they just said that they don't have the capacity to make that much quantity actually, as they were discussing it a bit earlier. So now they can diversify their suppliers and find out some other sources to, you can say, complete to fulfill their demands. So if you talk about the things on time, you can say, then you can plan in a pretty better way for the Q4. So also because of the tariffs right now, a lot of suppliers are willing to decrease the prices and give better terms to the, you can say, buyers right now. So you have to keep that point in mind. So if you are planning to, you can say, give bigger orders for the Q4, so you must, that's the right time to talk with your suppliers. Let them know what you are planning to do and how you are planning to do. You can say keep them in confidence with you, and you can talk to them about the bigger orders and what you are planning. So this way you can just get the price reduced and get the better terms as well. So it's the right time to do. And if you talk about specifically about the shipping thing, so you can say this time, right now, it's not a good time to, you can say, get overstocked in US. So like I mentioned earlier, it's a good thing to, you can say, keep your stocks maintained and not to run overstock right now. You just have to keep sending the regular stocks, but it's not a good time to, you can say, stock things for the Q4 right now. So it's better to wait a few weeks, how the things settle down between the US and China, and then you can say plan to, you can say, ship your inventories from China to US if you are planning it from the for later this year. If you are obviously planning for the third quarter or this ongoing quarter, then obviously you will have to keep shipping the things.
So that's a very great advice. So thanks a lot for sharing all this valuable advice. Appreciate it. And for the viewers, where can they find you? What are the details?
Okay. So actually, you can find us on our website. It's eleevatelogistics.com. Same spelling like you can see on the screen. And if you want to find me on LinkedIn or Facebook, where we are, you can say, creating a lot of, you can say, knowledgeable content for our clients, you can just write down my name, Awab Elahi. It's AWAB space ELAH. So you can find me on LinkedIn and you can say Facebook as well. So it's pretty easy to, and if you want, if you are concerned about the tariffs right now and just want some quick advice on that, you can just visit our website eleevatelogistics.com and book a call with me or my, you can say, partner. So we will be directly talking to you ourselves to get you out of this tariff situation.
That's great. So I'll put the the website link and the LinkedIn profile link in the show notes. So please
Sure,
do check it out. And once
sure,
again,
sure.
thanks a lot for sharing all this valuable advice. Appreciate that.
Thank you to you too for giving me this opportunity and for, you can say, letting your viewers know about all this stuff as well.
Thanks a lot. Yes.
Thank you.